Yeah, first off, knew going into the weekend it was going to be tough for us. As I told you guys, Georgia Southern has many teams, a lot of guys back. They had played Tennessee, three really tight games. Knew their pitching was going to be good. The one thing that I was impressed about the most was their lineup, and they're older, they're stronger. The wind was blowing out really hard on Saturday and Sunday, and it's just a scary place to play when you've got those veterans. I mean, you make a mistake, they made us pay for it on Saturday. We pitched out a lot of jams on Friday, but really proud of our guys. I mean, look, our pitching has not been faced with a ton of adversity. And Saturday, we got some blue pits that didn't go our way and walked a guy or two that we shouldn't, or hit a guy, and all of a sudden you give up 6 runs in one inning. So, punched him in the gut a little bit. And I thought the way Carson Wisenhunt responded and the bullpen responded yesterday, and the way our guys showed up after the Hoover and Norby collision, Hoover being out, I really was super proud of our guys. And, I tweeted out, and to be honest with you, I feel bad about saying that. I didn't know it was Coach DeClaire's birthday until after the game. And I just thought, man, hey, we'd have been super proud of the way the guys stood in the face of, a group that had some momentum, and Carson Wisenhunt still on the mound and just said, hey, look, you're not going to win today. And then the offense kept adding on, and Gavin got out there, did a great job. And of course, it's never as easy as you think it's going to be, but AJ Wilson being able to get out, who I called McWhorter, however you say his name, Babe Ruth at the end of the series. We couldn't get him out, but Gavin struck him out and AJ struck him out. So we got him the last 2 times, which were critical.
Okay, we'll open up the questions for Coach.
Coach, I know you tweeted out something about Lane earlier, but can you provide, just an update and all
Yeah, look, look, I'm not a doctor, but he definitely had a concussion. It was not pretty, out there. I hear from people that they really show the play, but they showed a lot of blood. And, when we first got out there, Lane was coherent when I got out there. He took a knee to the face. Norby's knee hit him in the face, and Coach Palumbo said it's like a UCF fighter trying to knee somebody to the face. Obviously, Norby wasn't trying to do it intentionally. And 2 kids playing hard, man. That's the game of baseball, and it's unfortunate. But Lane Hoover is as tough of what as I've ever coached. And my mom actually stayed back in the hotel room with him yesterday when everybody was at the game, just to check on him every 30 minutes. And he wanted to play yesterday. The guy can't even see straight, and he wanted to play yesterday. And that just tells you what type of competitor he is and how much he cares about the team. That was the thing that is the most. But we're going to be fine, and it's going to give other guys more opportunities, as with the pitchers. When Gavin has been down, now Spivey's got that blister that is kind of day to day. I mean, a lot of guys are getting different opportunities. It's going to be good for us down the road. And we always know that we're going to be faced with some adversity, and we've been handed some injury adversity, but that's why you have a team. And we talked about this in the preseason, that we don't have bench players. We just have starters that just are not starting the game. And I think Riley Johnson did a really good job filling in for him yesterday. And I think everybody else around him picked up the slack.
We look at Wisenhunt, just kind of going back to that, and 21 strikeouts and 2 walks and 2 starts. I mean, how impressive is just his command been of that strikeout stuff and not walking anybody? I mean, he's obviously just kind of has that thing rolling.
I think every time out he gets more confidence. I was really proud of him. Look, when you're on the road, you just don't get calls. And right before that bunt play, I really thought he threw a pitch that was right down the middle, and the guy, of course, balled it. We go to 2-0, I think, and then the guy pops it up. And of course, he didn't do that. He didn't do that intentionally. He lost it in the sun, but he had the awareness to throw the ball to third base, and then Zach had the awareness to throw it to second. So the game repays you, as the game repaid us on Saturday with blue pits, because we put 11 guys on free on Friday night and just pitched out of jam. So the game knows. We always said that. Coach Deitch says it to the pitcher. The game knows. So if you're not going about your business the right way, the game knows, and it'll show up at some point in time.
Coach, you go down there and you take 2 out of 3. Things could have been different. They had the bases loaded at one point and could have possibly even taken 2 games. That was a good ball club that you went against. Overall, where do you feel like your team is right now as you head into kind of the second week at home?
Yeah, they could have swept us. They could have taken 2. We could have swept them if, we don't, Cooch gets the first 2 outs in the 5th inning on 6 pitches, and next guy gets a base hit, and he hits a guy that on a 3-2 changeup. So we could have swept them as well. So a lot of ifs in this world. I'm not trying to be smart, but that's the way that the game is, and you got to go win the game, especially on the road. And we won the game on Friday night, and what Matt Bridges did, you can't draw that up. And I was just telling Colby Bortles, our director of baseball operations, who played with me or played for me at Ole Miss, that looking back on it was really special, man. Like a guy, 6-year guy coming out there, bases loaded, no outs, and striking out the side, going back out, gave up a run. And I knew he was on the last leg, but I thought he could get one more hitter and his spot coming up. And I go, hey, look, I know Matt Bridges is going to get to this guy's fastball. He's a great athlete, high school shortstop, competitor, second at bat of his career, had one at Charlotte last year, swung at the first pitch and just capped it, or he would have hit a home run at Charlotte. So I go, hey, I know this is going to, I don't know if it's going to work out. Of course, I didn't know he was going to get a hit, but just a really cool moment, probably one of the top 5 moments in my coaching career for a player who has stared adversity in the face, had Tommy John surgery, been on the mound in Texas Tech. Everybody remembers that moment 6 years ago. Then Tommy John, then, not really pitching great at times. And to be back here for a 6th year, just a really cool moment. So happy for him.
Is he going to get the start at BH on Wednesday?
Hey, you never know. Hey, you never know. I know Lloyd Christmas thinks he knows my lineup, but hey, you never know.
Coach, can you talk about the play of your first baseman being young and Moylan? He's been playing really well for you.
Yeah, he's seen the ball good. We've talked about him. I thought he pressed a little bit early the first weekend, and him and I talked, and just some small adjustments and not trying to do too much. And look, the kid's very talented, so put him in the 3-hole yesterday, and of course he looked like he belonged. So to start with, we wanted to hit him lower just because of you try to let him get their feet wet instead of throwing him into the fire totally. But he's a special talent. We're glad he's on our team.
Coach, Connor Norby's obviously off to a really good start. Got up to the leadoff spot on Sunday. So is that a spot you could see him sticking around for a little bit, or are you just kind of seeing where it goes with the matchups?
Well, actually, that's where he hit pretty much the entire fall. And Norby sometimes gets a little weird about where he's in the lineup. So we didn't start him there. And then I just said yesterday, I didn't talk to him. I just said, screw it. Hey, you're going to the top, and we're not even going to talk about it. So, and he did an unbelievable job. And look, Norby was pretty shook up after Saturday's game just because of Hoover. And so I didn't know how he would play, to be honest with you. But he played great. He blocked out, all the stuff that, just he was worried about Hoover, all that stuff, and just went and played baseball, and super proud. Of course, his knee's sore because he ran into Norby full speed. He ran into Hoover's full speed. So he played great yesterday.
Coach, with Spivey's blister, any update on that? And do you know who you will start on Wednesday?
Not sure who will start on Wednesday. It would not be Spivey. It's better. We would just want to make sure we don't get in a situation where he goes out there and you got to take him out of the game again. So right now he's going to throw a bullpen, like a heavy bullpen on Tuesday, and then hopefully we have him available for relief on Friday.
What about Gavin? Obviously, he looked really good that one inning. What, I don't know, long term, do you want him to be a bullpen guy or work up his stamina to start? I don't know. What are your options with him, I guess?
Well, first off, it was kind of like one of those things. I thought somebody was playing a trick on me. Saturday is the first time he's been hot and I'm like, Womack, you're like, we're good for this, right? He's good for an inning. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And of course, I want to say it's like first warm-up pitch yesterday. Just his adrenaline was so high, just has missed being out there. His first warm-up pitch, I think, was 97. And, of course, you guys saw it was 96 to 99 miles an hour every pitch. I thought he got squeezed on the 3-2 walk, but that's what happens on the road. Of course, he yanked the pitch and hit the guy. I feel sorry for the guy that he hit right above the knee because I'm sure he's sore today because it smoked him pretty good. But just for him to have him out there, I think is an adrenaline boost for our team. Look, he's special. I don't know what his role is going to be moving forward. We can't just start him right now because his pitch count is not where it needs to be. So he feels great today. He's already, been over to Young's and got some extra PT, but he feels great other than some normal soreness in his scap, which is normal for pitchers when you throw. But his body feels great, which is the most important thing. I would say he's probably doubtful for Wednesday to pitch at all, just because I don't want to rush him back into another situation. I'll talk to Coach Dietrich and Womack before we make that final decision, but I would expect him to be definitely hot for Friday.
Okay, we got anything else for Coach?
Give it to me, man. I know you're sitting over there on your seat, man. You're waiting for it. Go ahead, so everybody else can,
What? I don't have anything other than I predicted Agnos's first home run. So
Did you really?
Yeah. Called in the pregame with Jonathan, so I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and give this for everybody else, that the rotation will be the exact same way it was this past weekend coming this weekend. And Carson Wisenhunt has pitched great. I do not think Tyler Smith and Cooch have pitched. Cooch pitched great, but I think Smitty, he hasn't pitched as good as we have seen him pitch in the preseason yet. I thought he didn't have his best command, obviously, on Friday night, but just handled it, maneuvered through it. Of course, we had to go to the bullpen earlier than we wanted to, but those guys have been in the fire for a long time. Carson's continued to get his confidence, and we couldn't move him up this weekend, even if we wanted to, with the pitch count that he had. And, his back tightened up on that pitch he threw at the last batter he faced. And, of course, he wanted to stay out there. He wouldn't let me take him out of the game. But it's a little bit tight today, so we'll get him some treatment this week and get him ready to go for Sunday.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, guys.
All right, talk to you soon, Coach.
See you guys.